10 reasons why we afraid to speak up. All of us have the right to stand up and speak up our minds. No matter who you are, what age are you, how much your experience, your education, gender, or any social labels, you have all the rights to speak up. Unfortunately, not all people have the courage to let people know what they have in mind. Maybe you are one of them who is afraid to speak up. How could this happen? In this video, we're going to discuss 10 reasons why we are afraid to speak up. If you have any questions about our topic, feel free to write in our comments section. 1. Childhood memories. People who experience some events in their childhood may have a possibility of being afraid to speak up. How are your childhood memories? Did your parents give you hard punishment? Did your parents are the one who put their dominance towards their kids? Parents who never give their child a chance to show their emotions or feelings sometimes will affect you in your childhood. You will be afraid to speak your mind because you are not used to doing so. You still have in mind that whenever you want to share your stories, your parents won't listen to you. They are mad at you instead. How were your parents? Do you think this is a major factor of your fear? 2. People dismiss your emotions. Do you think your environment is capable to accept emotions, or do they see emotions as a sign of weaknesses? In some countries, districts, or areas, they have an unwritten norm or belief that showing emotions are a sign of immaturity or weakness. Boys aren't allowed to cry. Grown-up men are forbidden to show emotions. Women are not allowed to complain about their domestic roles, etc. The more you grow up, the more you are restricted to show emotions. When this happens daily, it will make you feel afraid to speak up, because people in your environment cannot accept emotions. 3. You have some personality type. This world is divided mostly into two categories: extroverted people and the ones who are introverted. There is nothing wrong with these two personalities. Both of them have their advantages, and they can perform well in their professional or personal lives. The challenge is sometimes introverts are used to thinking on their own. They tend to do well all by themselves. They gain energy when they are alone. The challenge is when you are introverted, you gain more responsibilities at some point. You must work in a larger social environment. What are you going to do when you have to speak up your mind in a larger group of people? If you are an introvert, you can make some preparations before the date. Take advantage of your time alone to write some scripts or guidelines. That way, when the time has arrived, you can speak up your ideas, thoughts, or mind more easily. 4. You are a highly sensitive person. Highly sensitive person, or HSP, can get overwhelmed easily by their social environment. They used to think more deeply than others. They can see what others are not able to see. They also have an emotional sensitivity, so they can know what your emotions are only by seeing your face. If you are an HSP, you tend to know others' mind and you can read others. Because of it, you are afraid to speak up. You are scared that you are going to hurt them if you speak up your mind. When you overanalyze things, you block yourself to have the courage to give your opinion. One thing you must remember is HSPs are not always introverts, so extroverts can be an HSP too. What do you think about yourself? Are you an HSP who overanalyzes everything? 5. Verbal bullying. Bullying does not only happen at school, it also happens whenever you are. And now, it grows inside your web. But the fact is, people usually have their first experience with bullying at school. For example, you want to answer the question being asked by your teacher. On that day, you get it wrong, and your friends bullying you. After that event, you never want to do a similar action. Verbal bullying has expanded itself in a form of internet bullying. In some situations, you want to speak up your opinion on the comment section, but what you get is negative replies. If you are afraid of speaking up on social media, why don't you start it in our comment section? We manage our media to make sure everyone is safe to speak whatever they have in mind. Go on, try it. 6. You think that you are not smart enough. Sometimes we feel inferior about our knowledge. You see others are having more expertise than you. It makes you not comfortable to speak up. If you think you are not as good as others, you must remember that everyone has their expertise. Try to find one. What are the things you love and are doing best? If you succeed in finding one, put your efforts into those fields. Be an expert based on your uniqueness. 7. Birth order. Our society sometimes treats children depending on their birth order. For instance, the child is given more responsibilities to take care of their younger sibling. They don't have the privilege as their younger brothers or sisters because the parents have high hopes for them. They can't complain about it and have to live with it. But these treatments may differ. Youngest children can also be treated like this. We can't blame our parents though. Maybe they didn't know the effect of their parenting back then. Do you think you are treated differently than your siblings? How does it affect you? 8. You don't like confrontations. Peace is your middle name. You don't like any confrontation, especially with your colleagues, family, or friends. You see the world as enough conflict already, so you want to avoid it as best as you can. The side effect is you are afraid to speak up. Even if you feel some objections about a topic, you just keep your opinion only for yourself. Your reason is simple. You don't want any conflict or confrontation. 9. You don't have full understanding about the problems. One of the reasons why we are afraid to speak up is we still don't have full understanding of the problems. You are not sure what is going on around you. As the people talk and give you information, you are not satisfied enough and you need more time to think about it. You are afraid to have a wrong conclusion about the problems that existed. You want to take careful measures before you decide how to approach. Do you have any experience with this kind of situation? What will you do if you are still unsure what is happening around you? 10. You're afraid of what will happen. Maybe you're afraid to speak up because you're afraid about what will happen. You fear that your ideas will be rejected by others, or maybe you think that your ideas are silly. The solution is not more than you have to do what you are afraid of. The answer to not afraid is being brave. Take a chance and see what the future offers. Don't make yourself regret anything you haven't done yet. Just do what you need to do and see where the story goes. Enjoy the ride of life. Speak up and live up your life. What do you think about the topics? Are you afraid to speak up? What reasons do you think are your problems? Don't hesitate to speak up your mind in our comment section. Like and subscribe to get more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching.